All right, let's get to it. It's the Brewmance question mark. It's Russell and someone. Yeah, so let's dive in. What I want to do today is have a little question and answer sesh with y'all, and I'm excited to have a little question and answer sesh with y'all. You can ask me anything you want, especially about the departure of Rob Hunter. So for those that are just tuning in and missed Friday's show, Rob is no longer with the organization, with the company, as the cool kids say, and that's just it. That's Rob has moved on. So if you guys have questions about that, we can definitely answer those. So just come on in the comments and go from there. And Ron, I don't know if that's what we're going to call the show. That may be what we call the show. Who knows? And again, if you missed it, Rhonda, Rob is no longer with the organization. Rob is departed and is with the organization. That just sounds funny. It's a really interesting way to say that. But I want everybody to come on in here. What I want to do, just come on in, take a knee, come on in, take a knee. Everybody gather around Uncle Mike's house. Is right, Brendan. So you let me know, where do you want this show to go? I'm not trying to get all existential. Where do you want us to go? What's a oh my God. My girlfriend and I on the way back from Strawberries, we had this like conversation about why. And she was, and y'all know me. If somebody's gonna just like play random music that I didn't want random music played, especially if it's live, if they got a guitar, stuff, it drives me nuts. Huge anxiety. She wanted me to watch a video from the guy that basically brought up the concept of what's a company's why. And what's my why? I'm not getting into that. What do you want to see on the show? What do you want to hear on the show? What do you want? Do you want another host? Do you want to be a host? Do we want to have guest host? What do we want to do? Somebody come in. What type of topics do we want to talk about? Do we want to do the old stuff? Do we want to play the hits, so to speak? In playing the hits, I mean, just look at the headlines of the day and then just go from there. About the AI generated crowds, and we can get into taxing and all that stuff. Whatever we want to get into. Greg, especially. Yeah, Mike Solo was saying fantastic. It's a Mike Solo show. I wish my name was Han or something, or maybe Hank Solo. The Robin actually, some of the very few people in the industry that didn't change their name. That's my name. My name is Mike Russell. Yeah, his name is Rob Hunter. And we was, oh, no. It's your radio name. What's your real name? That's my real name right there. That's my real name. The Sheriff Lamb episode was made, but okay. So guests. So Brennan is talking about bringing on the guest, and I like the idea. I like the idea of having guests. The problem is being a one-man show. No, not a program here on streaming, but being chief cook and bottle washer here. Booking guests every day or most of the day is taxing. And then on top of that, now we're streaming. So usually it was, you could call into the radio show and you could just, they'll patch you through and we just talk to you and we'd interview and things like that. Streaming, I need to send them a link. They need to open the link and they need to have good lighting. They have to have good audio. They have to have good, they have to be a little bit streaming or web savvy to do those kinds of things. So that's a challenge on guests every single day. And then, or maybe I could spend, the $3,000 a month it would take to have a podcast office, streaming office in central Phoenix somewhere. So, centrally located. Okay, Greg, I appreciate that. Appreciate you sent me an email. If y'all want my email address, it's mike@gomikerussell.com. So Greg, I hope if you didn't send it to that one, send it again to that one, mike@gomikerussell.com. Just be goofy, says Mike. Okay, cool. Done. And that was the thing that we had. This is all right, Deanna, thanks for stopping by, though. Appreciate you. But this is kind of a thing that I knew was wrong. Rob and I, friends for 17 years. Rob and I have been hanging together. My kids call him Uncle Rob. And so business partners and just doing these shows together and starting things. Man, I know the guy. And when I get goofy and he's, kind of deferred this, that, he's just not having fun. And so when he said after the show on Wednesday, he said, there's no other way for me to say this. I'm done. I'm out. And I appreciated that. I always appreciate his honesty. And we can be honest with each other. I knew it was coming. It didn't surprise me, but jarring a little bit. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, David. Thank you. Day one, best of luck. Just kind of want to talk with you guys, but trust me, we can get to plenty of topics because I don't know what's going on in Illinois. Y'all just blowing up. Some of the craziest stuff out of Illinois the last 2 days that I just would love to talk about. Um, why I could tell, yeah, Mike definitely. He said he could tell that Rob wasn't feeling it anymore. And it was just it was like it was forced. He was pushing into the microphone and pushing into what we were doing, and it was just that's just not fun. If you're not relaxed and having a good time, then hell, why do it? We'll have topics. Let's talk about that actually. What do you guys want to hear? You want to talk about the mainstream headlines and this this person said this and that. I think like I'll use example. The Harris Walls campaign is announced today that they are against taxing tips. Have you heard that before? Hey, that Trump guy, he said that he's going to eliminate taxation on tips in the service industry. What'd you come out with today? Eliminate tax on the service industry and tips, which is absolutely crazy. Grizz, I know you got my back, buddy. I appreciate you guys. And I know y'all do. And I know y'all are going to be here. And yeah, we'll just do that. Exactly, Ron. It was stolen from Trump. Same as I saw her ad over the weekend because smart move. I spent a lot of time on MLB, and they're advertising heavy for her on Major League Baseball on the MLB network, and it's smart. But I saw one where she was talking about capping the price of insulin at $35. I'm like, Donald Trump did that. I actually have the audio somewhere. I could find it. I think I have the video somewhere. I've been making an announcement. $35. That's all it's going to be. $35. You're welcome, Granny. That's about it. He did that, but they're taking credit for it. Oh, this is what I have done. Look at me. Pat me on the back. Mm-hmm. They did steal that from the Big Don. This is for me. I don't love talking about Trump said this, Kamala said this. I don't love it. I can have fun with it because that's what you guys want to hear. If that's what you guys want to talk about, if you guys want to have this chat, because I told you this is all our show. It's been our show even with me and Rob. This is our show. So if y'all don't want to talk about this stuff, cool. You want to go more local? We can go more local. You want to go national? You want to stay away from a lot of politics? You want to mix it up? You want to have a mixed bag? One of the things I was thinking about over the weekend is maybe we have it's almost what in the industry we call it a wheel, and it's just if you listen to the morning like the morning news show here on KTAR, it's called a wheel. So it's almost the same thing every 9 minutes. It just keeps spinning. It's the same thing, but we could do a political portion of the show, entertainment, pop culture, parenting, whatever the hell we want to do, and kind of spin it around that way as well. If you guys think. Mm-hmm. Talk about what you want. I like this. Okay, love a mix. Grizz throwing it in, have some fun, and some fun, some serious, and local topics too. Brennan, I think that's that will be important. Is the thing that's tough for me, especially locally, is local media is garbage. I mean, to find out and really parse through things and what's going on in the state, it's difficult because our media is terrible. They are awful. I mean, it just I can't watch. I get an antenna because I usually just use streaming services on my on TV. So I got an antenna, so I get like a 3, 10, and 3, 5, 10, and 15 or something like that. I can't get 12. But I was on this weekend. We're testing it out, Internuge and I, and it just like, this is horrible. This is not what's going on in my state. I don't feel like I know what's going on in my state. So it's tough. It's tough. So Lynn wants local as well. Don't just do local. Oh, Jane, no. No. I spent a lot of my career doing that and would have banged my head on the desk. No, we got to mix it up as well. Seriously, and just come along because baseball is the most beautiful thing. I love baseball. Baseball to me is the most beautiful sport. I know people are like, oh, it's like watching the grass grow. If you haven't tried baseball in a minute, try it this season. The pitch clock has changed everything. Like there's no long. It's if the batter's not ready when the pitcher's ready to go, it's a strike, and it's a ball if the pitcher's not ready when the batter's ready. It's fantastic. It moves the game like this. They're like around 2 hours. If not, it's a movie. Length of a movie, and you just get it. It's just give it a try. It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Local businesses and how it affects them. I like that too, Grizz. I really do. And here's what I would expect from you, and here's what I would want from y'all. If I have my people, this is our show. If I have us on the show, if somebody comes on the show, just do what Rob and I did. Rob and I in studio it was a lot easier. Streaming it was a little more difficult. We have to wait until the point is made. We have to wait until that person's done speaking. And one of the worst things we can do in media is when we talk about having people on, especially like small business owners and things like that. It's great to have that. It's good content. It might not be listenable. Does that make sense? So if I have Bob from Bob's Bait Shop on and talking about how the tax code expiring, what that would do to him, and how has his business changed, having him interject or to give one word answers, it's just tough. And I've had that. Oh my gosh, guys, I've had interviews on radio where the answers were yes, I did. And then they would say something that's it. And it's just like, I'm just trying to pull words out of their mouth. Like, come on. And tap dancing it seems like forever. Okay. Shout out to small business. I love that. Maybe some small business highlights. Oh, I like this. I think I like where we're going with this. You know what's funny? Weinstein, my first co-host, the Mike and Winey show. Winey and I did something called Business Time. And if you guys don't remember that, there was a Flight of the Conchords of the comedians. They had a song called Business Time. It was about sex, but it was we used this song as the intro to our business, and we did a small business segment. And I gotta tell you, and a great idea, Grizz. And Grizz said pre-record the small business segment. That's a fantastic idea. And we did Business Time. It was difficult, and it was only one a week. And it was so difficult to get people to come onto a station where they're having tens of thousands of people listening to them and just give them basically a free interview. And be, no, I'm not interested. I'm like, no, okay. So understand, because we're not going to try to sell you advertising. This is just our show, and we give love to small businesses. I don't know. I'm like, it's the biggest FM talk station there is. Like, you don't want to come on? It was tough. It really was tough. Some local broadcasters come on as guests and act like themselves. You know something? That would be a great idea, Brendan. And here's his idea, y'all, so you can read it as I'm talking about it. It would. I think that'd be a fantastic idea. And I'm not poking holes in things. I'm just kind of exposing y'all to what the media world is like. It's very hard to find media people without their why being themselves. Like if there's nothing in it for them, they're not going to. It's no. Or why would I promote Mike's show by being on Mike's show? And the local media people, they love them. So I definitely tried. I know a few that probably pop on and just hang out and chat. Probably reporters, most likely. I'd love to get Howie from the what newspapers with the Political Times or whatever it is down there. He's fantastic. He's funny. But he'll just spew it. So, okay. All right. Okay. We can work on the quality of guests as well. National quality. Oh, I'm telling you that. Yeah. And some outfitters. Jim, don't talk dirty. It's just flirting with me now. Some outfitters. I would love that. And that's of course for the Go Show and in doing the same, but they're running in the same thing there. And I'm telling you, media personalities are pretty tech savvy. Some of the outfitters. Whew. Not so much. Local music scene, I love that too. Okay, so I'm feeling you guys. So basically, here's what I'm getting, and tell me if I'm off here. Is we do want to cover the news of the day. We should cover the news of the day. I can let the mains do what they will about, like I said, like the whole AI picture of Air Force Two and all that stuff like that. I can let everybody fight that out. Everybody's already doing that, and they always have their opinion. And some people aren't looking reality in the face. They're blinded by their ideology. Like this. Here's I'm just gonna pull this right up on my phone here. So just so y'all see it here. So I always take screenshots of the stuff that I might want to look into and talk about. But this is absolutely hysterical. A Illinois school teacher is sentenced to 9 years in prison for stealing $1.5 million worth of chicken wings. chicken wings over a 2-year period. Over a 2-year period, she billed the district for. She used the district credit card. She's 68 years old. Bought 11,000 cases of wings. There's a party going on at that person's house. Okay. Obviously, we can get to fun topics like that. We can get to why people would need to steal, why you would build a business doing for 11,000 cases of wings. VA, huge stuff, Chris. Yeah, we should definitely get into veterans issues as well, because that's big boy talk. And, like Mike said, just, kind of be goofy. And I got to be serious when I talk about the VA issues, man, because they're just absolutely insane. But that's what I'm saying, Lynn. That's news. So we can talk about news. It just doesn't say Trump or Kamala or even Biden. Does anyone even care what the hell Biden's doing now? No one cares. He's just done. It's like they erased him. It's absolutely wild to me. Jim says he's got a bunch of VA issues dealing with since 1997. Rob and I talked about that on his last show. Was the let me see, daily segment on the craziest headline of the day, political or other. Okay, yeah, done. Okay, we have our first stamp right there. Boom, daily segment, the dumbest headline that I've seen in the past 24 hours, or the dumbest story that I've seen in the last 24 hours, or craziest. Right? You got to kind of fit in that whole thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have our first stamp. Let me ask you all this. Has anyone seen Biden run? I have no idea. How about this? Nutso news break. I like that, Jim. What do you call this damn thing? Rob and I started the Brewmance because we had so many fun times just talking over a beer and a barbecue and a beer at a bar. So we started the Brewmance, like bromance. We're just playing on the word. We have a really, really cool logo. That thing's pretty rad. And I am, but it was two people. That's Brewmance. You can't have a solo Brewmance, right? Can you? You can't have a solo Brewmance. So do we keep the name? A name I was playing around with was In Other News, or Mike Russell's In Other News with Mike Russell. The People's Show. All right. I like that. I don't know how to say show in German. Volks. That's where Volkswagen comes from. It means people's car. The People's Show with Mike Russell. I like that. Okay. All right. Now you can, because Becky was telling me that, I'm sorry, my girlfriend Becky was telling me that that In Other News is taken in some red. I own the domain. So to figure that out. But I want to figure that out. So, but I do dig the Brewmance. Or maybe Rob will come back and we'll just do some long form podcasts with really cool guests, and we'll just keep the Brewmance brand kind of going. What's brewing in the news? I like this. Oh, you guys are brilliant. This is why I love this. I was actually worried to come on the show and think about, okay, I hope everybody's going to play along, because I don't want to sit here and talk to myself. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all are fantastic. Oh, hot mic incidents. That said, I tried. What did I try? There was one play on Mike with a mic, I think it was. And I got to play on that one as well. Yes. And yep. Yeah. Okay. Greg's in for the VA as well. So we're going to stamp that. We're definitely going to focus on it, but I don't think it's going to be a daily hit with the VA issues, but definitely I can commit. I can probably commit when it comes to VA issues, at least once a week, if not once every other week, that we dig in. We go really, really tough on stuff. Cause like I was saying, what's up, Jose? If you missed it, Jose, Scarlett, top niches. I like that. Mic'd up. I like that as well. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Rob is no longer with the program. So we're going to talk about what we want to talk about, how we want to talk about it, what we're going to call this damn thing, all that kind of stuff. Spreading the blame. What do you mean? Tequila Jim, what are you talking about, dude? Spreading the blame. I don't know. It's probably some obscure and understand this. And I'm sorry that he has to hear me say this, but Tequila Jim's probably one of the most intelligent people I've known. It's probably some obscure reference to some 1970s film that I should have seen. And apparently I didn't. So tell me what you mean by that, Tequila Jim, por favor. And we're going to keep our characters on the show. Trust me. Tequila Jim will always be a part of the show. Or Russell and Hunter, when Robbie comes back, Robbie coming back. This again hung out with the dude for 17 years. I know Rob well. Rob bounced once, Rob bounced twice, and this is it. He done. He's just done with this, and it's okay. I just told him, I said, dude, I love you, man. I want you to be happy. I want you to do your thing. I want you to be fulfilled. And if this isn't fulfilling you, if this isn't what you want to do, man, just go ahead. And like, again, you guys can ask me any question you want about that. Rob and I don't hide anything. We hide nothing. The Russell hustle. Oh, wait a second. You guys are just making my head spin. Today with Mike Russell. Today with Mike Russell. I like that. It sounds very broadcasty. I like that as well. Mike's likes. By the way, Jose, I like that too. Oh, man, there's a bunch of stuff going on, man. We're just rolling through this. Okay. But see, okay, you guys are very creative with the titles, topics. We want to just kind of do a mixed bag. And I'm going to go all over the place if y'all don't mind. But I will cover some interesting stuff like that. I will, if I see some BS, I'm going to call it out, especially from like Kamala talking about I'm going to eliminate tipping tax on tipping. Jeez. You want to win an election? Here's how you do it. Here's how you win an election right away. I will, if I do one thing as president of the United States, I will work directly with Congress and I will work directly. Anyone I have to work with. I'm going to go to Senate, House. I'm going to work with Republican, Democrat, Independents, feel the burn. I'm going to work with everybody and eliminate guilt tipping. Done. That's what you win an election. Never in Mike Russell's America will you. Oh, that's the name from Mike Russell's America. That's it. I kind of like that one. Mixed bag of news, fun. Vets love that too, Rhonda. But never in my America has somebody going to spin that little thing around and tell you to tip, and it only gives you 3 damn options. I'm like, no, you literally just went over there and got me an iced tea. No. Oh man. Start with your story in radio. Hold on. Maybe a teacher letting you know what's going on in the schools. Yeah, Grizz, and it's wild too. When did, and I think this is a really interesting point, because Grizz, education shouldn't be political. Like, because you want school choice or because you want your kids to know what your kids are being taught, that shouldn't be a Republican play. Where leave the teachers alone shouldn't be a Democrat play. We should let teachers be teachers and the wonderful humans that they are. We should pay them a hell of a lot more. That should be done. Why did we make this political? I forgot the topic it was in the last week, but somebody said, "Oh, that's a political topic." I'm like, no, it should not be a political topic. This should be a American topic, and we can have some, Mike's Hard Liquor. I like it. Stamping it. That's our new show name. I kid. In flyover news today. Oh, fantastic. You guys, I'm so excited that this is like in. Thank you, Tequila Joe. I appreciate you, Joe. Yes, I do it myself. Mike Russell, Major League. Shout out to Pedro Serrano there. Wow, holy mackerel. Oh, this is cool. Okay, I'm gonna keep all this. I do it myself. Jobu will not be making an appearance. I think that's the fastest way to get canceled if I bring, even though it's a movie reference. Jobu, yeah. I don't like it. Okay, all right. So mixed bag is what we're gonna do for sure. Mixed bag, keeping it light as we can, having some fun with it. That's right. You're darn right, Scarlett, and I appreciate that. Scarlett brings up a good point there, and I appreciate that. That's right. I'm not solo because I have all you guys, and we get to talk about that. And Jose, I hope that was a typo because, I'm going to put it up. I hope that's a typo. Anyway, I appreciate that. And food segments. Good grief. I think we can talk about food as well. Did you hear this? I've got to research this. It just went through. And when I say went through, just kind of went through the feed, went through scrolling. As I was scrolling there, maybe I need some coffee. Damn it. Hold on. Was the cotton candy burrito? I got to look at this. Is this going to be at Cardinal Stadium? Is it? Hold on. I'm going to look this up. Cotton candy burrito. The cotton candy burrito right here. Cardinals. Cotton candy burritos are America's latest deliciously horrifying stadium food. Crikey. Hold on. I got to go near a post because I'm not going to go to CNN. Because look at I can't even right now, guys. I can't even. That's a thing. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. This is and I thought it was a joke. I really did. Let me share the screen here. Hold on a second. Share screen. Yes. Stop bugging me about that cotton candy. Here we go. There it is, team. There it is right there. And I don't know what all this nonsense is over here, but what? Why do we have to have an ad? Why do I have to have an ad? Go away. Okay, well, no. Oh, well, sorry. Had an ad. There we go. Close. There it is. There's cotton candy burrito right there. Yeah. So I guess we can do a food kind of segment there. I mean, it would be interesting ish, but yeah, we're gonna stop sharing the screen. So anyway, Russell's roast. I do like that. That's me. I can take somebody down. It's time for Russell's roast. Oh, I like it. Okay. And I can yeah, dude, seriously, Puke is right. And it's like stadiums and sports have been it's like this potlatch ceremony. If you don't understand what potlatch ceremony is I do something wild at my party, at my barbecue, and then Tequila Jim's got to do something crazier at his, and then I've got to up that and up that and up that. It seems like sports stadiums have gotten into this. I don't need a churro dog. I really don't. I want a hot dog. I have a pattern when I go to a baseball game, and it's the same every time. It's changed a little bit because I don't eat sugar anymore. Well, I eat sugar, but I don't eat sweets anymore. Because a Chipwich was was the cherry on top of every baseball game. The Russell Horror Hour, yeah. But people are going to think it's the Horror Hour, and WHORE instead of horror. So, and I have a hard time saying horror, so I can't use that one. Nothing about see Grizz, you in the damn casserole. I screwed up a casserole. I did. And Grizz has never let me forget about it. I screwed up by telling you. Waiting for you to bring what up, Rhonda? What are you talking about? The hot dogs or the Chipwich? Because I'm back to food. I want some nachos bad. And I don't want these goofy nachos. I just want chips. I want horrible cheese, and I want jalapenos, and that's it. And I'm good. Yeah. Yes. And God we Russ. Oh man. Can we post videos while we watch it? I don't think so. I mean, you can post videos of me if you want to. Forward that stuff out. It's fine with me. I'm down with that. Do you guys like the videos? Is that a thing? Do you guys like the kind of the playing off the videos? Because it's been a lot of fun. It takes a lot of the people's brewmance. Then then why not just keep calling the brewmance? I really don't have any problem with that. I mean, it's I really don't have a problem. I don't have a problem calling it. Well, we can't call it Russell and Hunter. We'll call it Russell and the people. Russell and the somebody. Russell and y'all. I like Russell and y'all. There you go. Russell and somebody. Mm-hmm. If he goes back to what says, okay, James T saying he's going to be arrested if he goes back to, okay, whatever. Please. This whole thing with what's going on in the thought police in the UK. This is why we fought a war and ditched those punks. This is just it's awful. They're literally handing their country over to a religious ideology, and it's going to be, we're just going to watch it burn. We're just going to watch London fall. UK's gone. Yeah. Happy hour with Russell. Now talking. Now we're getting in there. Jose, I'm with you this. So no, Lynn, I am not. Lynn said this, and it's cool. We love having Lynn as part of the program. I have a funny video I want to share. Nope. Everything has to be pre-screened. I'll tell you that much. Holy man. Could you imagine? Y'all just start sharing videos, especially you, Grizz. Anyway, yeah. Don't even want to know what you would share. Okay. So here's where we are. We are doing a mixed wheel of topics. It's going to mix wheel of topics. Guests, we're going to try to get some local stuff in there as well. Veterans issues are always, yeah, we have to, something. And I think that comes along with the responsibility of being able to stream like this and having multiple platforms, is that we do need to really point out some things that need to be looked at. That isn't, there's only America left. Yes, only America. I think I'm very proud to say this, that I don't think I've ever backed down on that. I'm an American exceptionalist. I think we live in the greatest group of we the people in the planet. Our government sucks. Our system of governance is turned to crap. A lot of our judiciary is crap. But we quite literally are the most extraordinary group of people when you look at this. Look at any time there's a hurricane. there's a big hurricane or something like that, and people are displaced, and there's boats going down the street, and people are losing their livelihoods and their business. Dude, we step up. I'll say the majority of us, would throw a little bit, maybe $50 to Red Cross or something, and say I'm helping. But there are people that just load up the RVs and get down there and put people in those RVs, and they have the boats and the John boats and the outboards, and they start running around and saving people and donating water and food and time. And Oscar Blues Brewery, I think it was the first that I've seen doing this, stops production of beer and starts canning water and sending them down. I mean, we are it. Period. And we have had our asses kicked. We've been sucker punched. We have just been rolled over. And here we go. We get up as a group. We get up as a country, and we pull our boots up, and we grab our bootstraps, or however you want to, whatever term you want to use. And we drudge through the mud sometimes. But man, we get to the other side every single time we do. Every single time. Yes. Yeah, it's funny. The people, that's a great point, Rhonda. It's a great point. The people that say they hate it here, but they just never leave. Like Rosie O'Donnell, for the love of grief. Oh, like just go. You can leave. There was a video I was watching. I think I have the damn thing somewhere, of her. She was watching Trump's speech and from Mar-a-Lago, or press conference from Mar-a-Lago, and just losing, absolutely losing. Then go. Then leave. I would used to say, prior to the last 3 years, if the country's so bad, why is everybody, trying to die to get here? Why are they risking life and limb to get here? Now they're being invited and flown here. So it isn't really a good point anymore. But we are seriously the greatest nation that there is. Mm-hmm. When's the last time she worked? Oh, Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah. Oh, sorry. But that was a chapter ahead of you. When was the last time? I don't want to go to IMDb and search Rosie O'Donnell. I don't, but you know why? Because my algorithm will pick that up and start putting that thing in my algorithm, and I'm not liking that at all. Isn't it weird that we started? I don't know if you guys have started doing that, but sometimes I don't even search for things, or I'm careful now how I search things, because I know the algorithm's going to pick it up, and that's going to change kind of the good vibe I got going on in my algorithm. Change the vibe that I don't let a lot of people see. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure, we do that. And nobody knows when last time she worked is. That's right. Under socialism, wait a second. I say that if you want to limit socialism and communism, countries can be. We ain't far off. Again, that's why I say the country, our governance, our piece of garbage elected officials are the worst. So if you say that's our country, then the country sucks. But our country is us. Our country is we the people. And we the people, I'm never going to give up on. As much as lame as the voting record is. And by the way, we are going to talk about that, y'all. I'm sorry. We are going to talk about that. There are discoveries that are being made. There are rulings that are being handed down on the shenanigans that went down in 2020. And I have no problem exposing them. If it is, it is. If you want to use the word stolen, if you want to use the word shenanigans, if you want to use the word tricked, if you want to use the word duped, whatever you want to say, things were off. They're being discovered, and we're going to talk about them here. So that's something we will bring that up, because it should be highlighted. I forget didn't a state just go to all paper ballots? There are countries went to all paper ballots. Somebody went to all paper ballots, which I think is a good idea. This is not the country I've fought for. Grizz, I'm telling you, man. Let me actually, Grizz, can I let me put that up there if I could, buddy. This is not the country I fought for. I love my country, but I hate my government. Right. No, I'm going to disagree with you just a skosh, because this is the country you fought for. The country is us. And we are thankful for you and everybody that fought with you, and everybody's fighting today, everybody that fought yesterday, and all the way back to Washington. We're thankful. You fought for a thankful group of people. The masses are what is America. And America is amazing. Oh, Virginia. Thank you, Trim. Oh, that's right. Yes, Virginia. Good for that. And let's keep following this. But it's hard to get elected on that platform, right? Really is. Mm-hmm. And Rhonda, I hope you're saying that they're coming along with. If your husband feels the same, maybe as Grizz, I think you were saying there. But that is I can imagine. I can imagine how disheartening it is And Grizz, tell me how far off the mark I am here. But I think it would be pretty damn disheartening to come back from protecting your country, protecting other countries, putting your life on the line, and going, I'm sorry, you're giving what to who? You're bankrupting us. How? You spent what on what country? What are you talking about? Yeah. So we'll talk about that a lot too, with spending. And by the way, I did reach out. David Schweikert will be still joining me because David's a good friend and he is masterful at breaking down the finances that we're dealing with in terms that I can understand. So as long as I can, y'all can understand, y'all all smarter than me. You can understand them if I can understand them. So we're definitely going to have David in there as well, and we're going to bounce around a few of the names, but most importantly, what I wanted to convey here is I love Rob. Rob's fantastic. Him and I are still friends. Hold on a second. He sent me a text real quick. Let me show you. Sent me a text this weekend. Let me get this here. Oh, we get to talk about that mayor. Have you guys seen that mayor in Illinois? What town she's in? I forget. She gone. MIA. She stole $3.6 million. She gone. Woo! Holy mackerel. Okay. Yeah. No way in the world is my girl. My girlfriend's pretty cool. She's sending me logo ideas for the show. Heart. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, I was getting this. Let me see. I was getting this here. All right, he said. All right. Oh, he said percolating. That's what Rob thinks. Percolating means he's just stewing on stuff. He goes, my initial little bro idea for your run through your Stanford nugget. Make this exactly what you want. Make this Mike Russell's world and his teaching his kids about in America, why that motivates you. If you're picking and backing Donald Trump, do it as a dad and from your perspective. That was Rob's. See, so Rob and I are good. Rob and I are good. Mm-hmm. And Slavo just sent me a text piggybacking off of Tequila Jim's quote about from Major League, and Slavo didn't hold it back because Slavo uses F as a comma. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to convey. Rob and I are good. Rob and I are fantastic. Rob is on a 4-day little sabbatical up in Russell's Roundup. I like that too. Sabbatical up in Flagstaff. He'll be back. We'll connect right away. It's all good there. Rob was not run out. He didn't leave because, oh, screw you, Mike, and you back Trump and rah, 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 you know. Fatherhood and mentorship. Greg, I know you're a big proponent of that stuff too. So yeah. Oh, okay. All right, Brendan, I'll let you know that as well. Yeah, absolutely. I do love this logo though. I mean, look at those guys. Let me scoot. Look at that thing. That thing is cool. That's a lot of bottle caps, guys. So if you're wondering what those were, yes, those are bottle caps that Rob and I have gone through over the years. So yeah, so definitely. But the main part about this is y'all's show. This is us hanging out and doing anything. Like I said, Russell and y'all. Russell and y'all every day at noon. Because we get to play. We get to come in here and have a good time and just chat with each other. And you guys bring up such amazing points and solid points. And I would love to have David as a regular guest. So we might just clock it like every other Friday or something like that. Well, like we used to do. We used to have every other Friday on Russell and Hunter. So we might do that. I'm sure he'll be that. You have to keep the Brewmance part. I know, Grizz. I just dig. I have hats. Oh God, stickers, everything. So I'll talk to Robbie about that too, because it's part of Robbie's franchise. So I need to chat with him about that. We'll talk about that, what we built. Mm-hmm. I hate to ask, but is that the Arizona flag? Yes. Yes, an American flag over here. Arizona flag over there. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And here's the deal. The reason why I have an American flag, why I have an American flag. The reason why I have an Arizona flag. I am from Southern California. I went to high school here in Arizona, went back out to Long Beach State, and came back here because I would think that anyone is if you chose between Southern California and any of California and Arizona, it's the choice is so simple. It's a no-brainer. It really is a no-brainer. Arizona is, in my opinion, I'd be hard-pressed to find a state better than Arizona, even though we're voting like a bunch of morons. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, okay. And Greg, so Greg, keep the Brewmance as a standalone product long term. I don't disagree with that. I really don't disagree with that. But the viability from a business standpoint on how often we would do something like that. Rob and I have had great conversations with like two of his friends who are black. We talk about race, and if you go back and find those videos, man, those are fantastic conversations. I mean, you all know me. I'm a white redneck for the love of grief. Is there anything other than white redneck? I don't know, but anyone not white can be a redneck. I have no idea. Uh-huh. By the way, I do understand that David Schweikert does work for us, but David Schweikert is doing the most for this country. I'm telling you that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think Jane, you're in Dallas. Yeah, I think you saw a star and thought it was something just that I had the Dallas Cowboy color wrong. I can make a lot of Dallas Cowboy jokes, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. You know why? Because I'm a Cardinals fan. And really, if you're a Cardinals fan, you have no other team in the league to laugh at. You really don't. Yep. Yeah. I'm a Dodgers fan too. And how in the hell are we only 3 games in front? We have a bazillion-dollar payroll. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it's funny that if you ever listen to any other feeds when they're playing the Dodgers, because we watch most Dodger games here, at least they're on the background. We love having Dodgers on. You can't go through 2 batters without them reminding the audience that Dodgers have a high payroll. I'm like, okay, thanks. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. That's okay. I'm not their base. Okay, good. All right. So then you can stay here then. No, I kid. We welcome all. Even Tequila Jim's a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. I don't have any idea why. Just like I have no idea why I'm a Cardinals fan. I was actually raised a Raiders fan. I was raised a Raider. I was diehard Raider fan. And then when they jacked something up and didn't get Eli, like they were trying to draft Eli, and it didn't work out. And I was done with Al Davis. I read an article in Sports Illustrated back in the day when he actually read Sports Illustrated, and it said the only 10 reason you can leave your team, meaning you can stop being a fan of a team and you basically go to another team. There's only 10 reasons. I'm telling you. Number 7, I will not forget this. Number 7, pretty damn sure it was 7. If your owner's name is Al Davis, the owner of the Raiders. So you can totally basically Sports Illustrated gave me the blessing. They said, you can go ahead, go to another team. And I went 3 seasons without having a team. And I watched a lot of football. 3 seasons without having a team. It was glorious. Y'all don't even understand how great it is to watch sports and have zero emotional skin in the game. Oh, it's fantastic. Or Jerry Jones. That's exactly correct. Yes. Not even a Cars fan, but yeah. I am in a much better demographic now. That is very true. One of the funny things is when they went into I think they called it the black hole, and they had all those people in the end zone that were dressed with the big, Darth Vader stuff and the spikes and all that stuff. Those people are successful business owners and attorneys, doctors. They were interviewing these people, and the people were just not what you thought they were going to be. They were serious people, but that was their thing. It's like you see those people go out and recreating like, Civil War events and things like that. Yeah. I think it's fantastic. Dodgers broke Montreal Expos, 1980s. Oh, yeah. Rick Monday. Wow. Rick Monday is actually the radio broadcaster for the Dodgers right now. That's Rick Monday. You prefer college football? I've never gotten into college football. I just really, yeah. Raised a Chargers fan, then they don't Spanos just because San Diego. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people don't understand that the LA Clippers used to be the San Diego Clippers as well. Or the Lakers used to be the Minneapolis Lakers. There's another word I cannot say. Minneapolis. Terrible at that. Saturday Night Live. Yeah. That's the 2 things I can't say on there. Houston Oilers. Woo! There's a throwback right there. Yeah. Remember the Seattle Supersonics? Mm-hmm. And if anyone just went supersonic, yeah, you can be my people. That's right. You detest sports except for hunting, fishing, and whatnot. I don't think it's un-American. So this was the question. Yes, the question is, am I un-American? Detest all sports except for hunting? No, because sports have become what they become. Professional sports have become it's awful. And the NBA, I can't even look at it. You see LeBron punk that kid that just tried to take a picture with him? What a jerk. I mean, we all knew he was an ass, but I mean, yeah, I'm done with the NBA. NFL, right on the edge of not even wanting to watch it. And well, again, because I'm a Cardinals fan. But baseball, I just love. I grew up going to Dodger games, and it was something I did with Dad. And you can't peel me away from baseball. I'm loving baseball, especially with the pitch clock, guys. Got to give it a shot. Got to give it a try. I love this. Is too much fun to sit here chatting with you guys. I got nothing to talk about. Just to sit there talking about college players now get paid, and that's the tough part, especially with the portal. So college football, and I think it was Rhonda that said she prefers college. The thing that was really crappy to me is that you could literally go undefeated for a season and not make it to the blockbuster bowl. Like you would have no shot at a national championship, even though you won every single game that was laid before you in dominant style. You could never do it. So it's basically just they should just make I would be a fan of it. I'd probably watch if they just made college the NFL's minor leagues. Pick 30 colleges that can have a team, and then there you go. Then have it out. That's it. Jose, I met Tommy Lasorda. I'm going to tell you that. And actually, I have a picture. I'll try to find it. I think I could probably know where it is, and maybe I can have it for tomorrow. I have a picture where I had such good seats at Dodger Stadium. Lasorda was sitting behind me. I took a picture of myself with Tommy behind me, and he's got this look like, you son of a, yeah. Mm-hmm. He used to have a chain of restaurants called Lasorda's. Must have taken him minutes to come up with that name. Lasorda's, and I had my back to the door. I do not sit with my back to the door. It's the mobster in me, I guess. And my father looks up and goes, "Oh, there's Tommy now." And right when he said that, I just like, yeah, whatever. A hand was on my shoulder, and it was Tommy damn Lasorda. You guys want to go to big moments in baseball? What about Kirk Gibson? Kirk Gibson and his, just fist pump around second base. That was a 17 pitch at bat, I think, something like that. It was over a dozen pitches against Eckersley. And I got to hunt. And how about this? If Jim's still around with us, I got to hunt and play pool with the guy. So cool. It's so funny. It's not funny that he's suffering from Parkinson's. And the funny thing was, when we did play pool, people thought I was so nice. People thought I was so kind because they know how competitive I am, and that I let him win. I didn't let him win. Nope. That dude is so competitive that holding the cue, kicked my ass not once, not twice, thrice. Best 3 out of 5. I go, no, best 2 out of 3. Then I started 5. He just stomped me. Absolutely stomped me. Mm-hmm. If you guys like the books, Tommy Lasorda's book, the book about Tommy Lasorda's his biography is absolutely fantastic. It's called Baseball's Last True Believer. Oh my gosh, what a great book! If you love baseball, if you love sports, fantastic. I'll tell you something. And you don't even have to like the Dodgers. If you don't like Tommy Lasorda, I don't know. How can you not like Tommy Lasorda? The guy was fantastic in every way. You worked in D-back Stadium. All right. D-back Stadium. Yeah. Gibby be there. Oh, that's right. He was the D-backs coach. Mm-hmm. Playing Frisbee with his dog. I have, and this is what Brandon put, if you guys can't see it on Cubs championships, greatest. Okay, all right, Jose, you're a Cubby fan, no big deal. Right on. Yeah, so no, he didn't actually, Brendan. The wild thing is that guy was the biggest hothead ever. And the cool thing about it, I think one of the probably the greatest forum of discussion, the venue, for discussion, for thought, for values, for growth is the tailgate on a hunt. Your truck's tailgate is where we all kind of hang out, leaning against the side, having coffee, enjoying ourselves, maybe getting things ready, not being in too big of a hurry and having a chat. Gibby started telling the story about how he had to, I believe it was Detroit. Did he go to Michigan? Did he play for Michigan or Michigan State? Anyway, his football coach, because he played college football. His football coach knew he was such a hothead and kept just being an absolute ass to everyone. They hired a like a therapist for him, really, and someone to work with his aggression, because the guy was just angry all the time. This is what Kirk Gibson. And he said, he told the story. He said it was a Friday and he was meeting with the counselor, whatever it was, or therapist. And they said, okay, here's your assignment. I want you to go to the grocery store and I want you to buy 5 things. When you get to the cash register, when you get to the cashier, I want you to address whoever's checking you out, and I want you to ask them how their day is going. Start a conversation. And he said in all of his sports, everything that he's done, his championships, everything, nothing was harder than that moment. That's what just an angry hothead he was. And then he learned to work with it. He actually brought that therapist, counselor, whatever it was, to Phoenix when he got the coaching gig. That person was there with him the entire time. So it's kind of cool. Okay, seriously. Just because Greg Maddux was drafted by the Expos doesn't mean come on. You can't claim him. Is anybody going to claim? Nobody can claim Greg Maddux except the Braves. No, wait, you can't claim that. His stats are stupid. His stats are absolutely. If you look at, and I'm going to say this, Greg Maddux was the best defensive baseball player in history. You look up his stats, they don't even seem real. It's like people are making them up. Tony Gwynn on the other side, best offensive baseball player in history. You can't argue that. Literally cannot argue that. Tom Seaver, Nolan Ryan, pitching Montreal, just awesome. So awesome. And he said, Nolan Ryan is just something else. It's just a special breed. He's just built different. He was just built different. But Greg Maddux, I think it was something absurd. Like in his entire career, he threw a 3-0 count only like 112 times or something like that. It's you can't even get your head around it. And I think half of those were intentional walks. Lynn, if you won't put Reggie Jackson, you got to say it this way. If you talk about Reggie Jackson, I must kill the queen. I must kill the queen. Guys, come on, pull that reference for me. Yeah, it was an Angel game at Dodger Stadium. But one of the funniest moments in sports was I was talking about the Naked Gun. Was when he had to go undercover as the home plate umpire. Hilarious. One of the silliest, funniest scenes in movie history. Randy Johnson was drafted. See, okay, but still, you can't just because and especially in baseball. I mean, baseball's drafting kids out of high school, so you can't really claim them if you just drafted them. If they wore your jersey for 5+ seasons, I'm saying you can claim them that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pre-game chill out ritual. Yeah. Oh, you talk back to Gibby. Oh yeah. Absolutely. You guys, this is what this show should be. I love you guys. This is so cool. You guys have made my day one, day one without Rob in this new chapter of broadcasting and or streaming as it is. It's so much fun and so easy. And I was talking to my girlfriend before the show, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what today's gonna bring. I have no idea how it's gonna be, but y'all hanging with me, y'all having a fun time and engaging with me. You guys, it just means the whole world. And you guys are looking forward to the growth. Gris, so am I, buddy. Yeah, let's ain't growing, you dying. So let's go. Ain't growing, you dying. Where's that from? You ain't growing, you dying. What is that from? Tommy Boy. Yeah, that's a Tommy. That's a Tom Callahan Sr. quote right there. Mm-hmm. So what was it? I can get a better look at a T-bone by sticking my head up a bull's ass, but I'd rather take the butcher's word for it. Yes. Nailed it. All right. Oh, you guys could keep me on here all day talking about this, but here's what we'll do. I don't know if we're going to have a new name tomorrow. We're definitely keeping the logo the way it is for now. But we are going to do the new show tomorrow. We're just going to do it. We're going to start playing around with it. We're going to see how it feels. I'm going to take all these cool comments that you guys have thrown out here, and I'm going to start to make some notes and really build something tonight and tomorrow morning. So we're going to find out. We're going to start playing around with it. We're going to mold it. We're going to be Audible ready. We're going to be able to move on a dime, and we're going to keep going. And again, you guys do not ever feel bad. You can ask me questions, especially about the Rob thing. No big deal. Nothing that bothers me. Growing ripe and dying. Oh, okay, David. I like that one. If you aren't green and growing, you're ripe. There you go. If you aren't green and growing, you're ripe and dying. Yeah. Love that. All right, you guys. You guys are absolutely the best. We're going to do this again tomorrow at noon. We're going to keep it at noon. Is that then seriously noon? Let's talk about that as well tomorrow. If we like the time slot, we'll keep it at noon. If we need to move it, we can move it. But yeah. Oh, sorry, Brainy. Oh, I actually think you're punking us, right? This is I love this. This is my favorite. Sorry, they're late. What's going on? Well, here's what's going on. Rob is no longer with the program. Rob, he just said stepped out, got tired of doing it, and was just burnt out. So that's what happened. And we've been having a wonderful conversation about what we want the show to be, where we want it to go, how we want it to go, and it's going to be cool. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take a few days. We're going to take this week. If you guys had give me that long of a leash, we're going to take this week to kind of formulate it and kind of play with it a little bit and give me your honest feedback. And I really, really appreciate you doing that. And we'll do it again tomorrow. Cheers, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.